Bijana Vallabha Giridharadhari Bijana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupada, Paramahansa Paribhasha, Pachari Pashtotar, Shishimad. Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaja, Shri Prabhupada ki, Jai Vishnu, Vishnupada, Ashtotar, Shishimad. Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Bharat Thakur Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki, Shad Goswami ki. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopakupina Shamakunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki. Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Gangamai ki, Yamunamai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Samavita Bhakti Vrinda ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Glory to the Sama devotees, all glory to the Sama devotees, all glory to the Sama devotees, all glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Indeed, it's our fortune to have His Holiness Guruprasad Swami Maharaj between us today. His Holiness Guruprasad Swami Maharaj was born in the US and has been a student of nuclear physics. He then joined the US military service and gradually was posted in Panama. During his military service in Panama, he came in touch with ISKCON. Upon concluding his military service, he joined the pioneering group of Krishna devotees in Central America stationed in San Jose, Costa Rica. He was then initiated by Srila Prabhupada in the year 1976. He received his sannyas initiation in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in the year 1982. His early contribution in ISKCON, Costa Rica, centered on the administrative services and distributing BBT publications beginning in 1975 in the US and from 1976 to 78 in Central America. He became the temple president of Costa Rica Temple in the year 1978 and then began traveling all around Latin America, opening new temples, establishing worship centers, and collaborating in diverse administrative services. In 1987, he became a member of the GBC with zonal assignments in the area of Latin America. He is the co-zonal secretary for El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Belize, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Colombia, Trinidad and Tobago, and Venezuela. Maharaj has been taking care of the Latin Central American zone, which is considered a high-risk zone with security issues, having the highest crime rate percentages of the world. A few of them to mention are Venezuela, Honduras, Mexico. In these countries, it has been a challenge for him to maintain the preaching activities as well as the temples, where there are only a handful of devotees. Financial maintenance of these temples have not been an easy task. But Maharaj continues his service towards his master by doing whatever it takes to keep Krishna consciousness alive in the Latin and Central American hemisphere. So we are indeed very fortunate to have Maharaj between us today, and let's give him a warm welcome by saying Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 30th chapter, text number 38. And I just wanted to mention before we begin, it's a pleasure to be here again. I was here, 3 years ago. And passed through here a few times, but anyway, it's a pleasure to see everything completed, and all of you enthusiastic devotees wanting to please Sri Guru and Gauranga by spreading the Sankirtan movement. It's very nice to sit here and see Lord Chaitanya and Panchatattva spreading the Sankirtan movement. So, Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan Bhavasya Priyasya Sakyukshana Sangamena Sudushchikshyasya Bhavasya Mityo Vishaktamam Tadya Gatim Gatasma Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan Bhavasya Priyasa Sakyukshana Sangamena Sudushchitikshasya Bhavasya Mityo Vishaktamam Tadya Gatim Gatasma Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan Bhavasya Priyasya Sakyukshana Sangamena Sudushchikitshasya Bhavasya Mityo Vishaktamam Tadya Gatim Gatasma Vayam tu sakshat Bhagavan Bhavasya Yasya Sakyukshana Sangamena Vishaktamam Tadya Gatim Gatasma Vaishnavis. Bhagavan Bhavasya Translation, Vayam, we, to, then, Sakshat, directly, Bhagavan, O Lord, Bhavasya, of Lord Shiva, Priyasya, very dear, Sakyu, your friend, Kshana, for a moment, Sangamena, by association, Sudushchikshaksya, very difficult to cure. Bhavasya, of material existence. Mrityor, of death. Vishaktamam, the most expert physician. Twa, you. Adya, today. Gatim, destination. Gata, have achieved. Sma, certainly. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Dear Lord, by virtue of a moment's association with Lord Shiva, who is very, very dear to you and who is your most intimate friend, we were fortunate to attain you. You are the most expert physician, capable of treating the incurable disease of material existence. On account of our great fortune, we have been able to take shelter at your lotus feet. Please repeat. Dear Lord, by virtue of a moment's association with Lord Shiva, who is very dear to you and who is your most intimate friend, we were fortunate to attain you. You are the most expert physician, capable of treating the incurable disease of material existence. On account of our great fortune, we have been able to take shelter at your lotus feet. Purport. It has been said, Harim bina na shrutim taranti. Without taking shelter of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, one cannot attain relief from the clutches of Maya, the repetition of birth, death, old age, disease, and death. The Prachetas received shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the grace of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the supreme devotee of Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaishnavanam yatha shambhu. The most exalted Vaishnava is Lord Shiva. And those who are actually devotees of Lord Shiva follow Lord Shiva's advice to take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. The so-called devotees of Lord Shiva, who are simply after material prosperity, are in a way deceived by Lord Shiva. He does not actually deceive them because Lord Shiva has no business deceiving people. But because the so-called devotees of Lord Shiva want to be deceived, Lord Shiva, who is very easily pleased, allows them all kinds of material benedictions. These benedictions might ironically result in the destruction of the so-called devotees. For instance, Ravana took all material benediction from Lord Shiva, but the result was that he was ultimately destroyed with his family, kingdom, and everything else because he misused Lord Shiva's benediction. Because of his material power, he became very proud and puffed up so that he dared kidnap the wife of Lord Ramachandra. In this way, he was ruined. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Ganam Jala Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Because the short time, I won't continue the whole Mangal Charan, just one short line. So I just stopped here. This is a long purport. Because there's another very special example. Srila Prabhupada says here, Lord Shiva has no business deceiving people. But because they want to be deceived, then what does he do? He takes the incarnation of Shankaracharya. And he deceives people. But he's not really deceiving people, because previous to that incarnation, he was, the Buddhist philosophy took over all of India. And the Buddhist philosophy came to stop unnecessary slaughtering of animals, animal sacrifice, which had become so commonplace that the main purpose was to eat the animal, not to reap the benefit. And animal sacrifice is prohibited in Kali Yuga. At least that kind of animal sacrifice. So, Lord Shiva comes as Shankaracharya to deceive. It says, actually, he comes to deceive. But he's not deceiving because he's bringing them up to a higher platform of having faith in the Vedas. But from a devotee's point of view, he's deceiving. Just like here, it says that Lord Shiva, and with his so-called followers, because his real followers must be devotees. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India, he came to a famous Shiva temple and he danced for 2 days in front of his Lord Shiva. So, showing us that Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee. He must be worshipped. Of course, we don't worship him directly. We don't do our artik and put his picture on the altar as part of the parampara. But we worship him in the same way that the prachetas are worshiping him. We take his blessings. And his blessing is that being the greatest of all Vaishnavas, he's giving an example of Jayam Sada, always meditating on the Lord. This was also, well, I'll go on because I think it's included in this purport a little later on. So Lord Shiva, even in some ways, Krishna can be said to deceive the people, because his activities in Goloka Vrindavan, which he demonstrates when he comes to this material world, are bewildering to people. Naham sarvasya, naham prakasha sarvasya, yogamaya amritaha. He covers the living entities. So in one sense, his yoga maya is deceiving the living entities by transforming into Mahamaya, by protecting the Lord's pastimes from being misinterpreted. But they're always misinterpreted. So many people use the Lord to excuse or to... therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, therefore, I spend most of my life in Dwarka, Mathura, being a king, getting up in the morning and meditating. In Dwarka it says that Lord Krishna arises every morning and meditates. Of course, he meditates on himself. But that's not unusual because most of us meditate on ourselves also. And we're trying to give that up and start meditating on Krishna. So, I just wanted to give that example, and of course Srila Prabhupada here gives the example of Ravana. He thought that Lord Shiva could protect him. Hiranyakashipu thought that Lord Brahma could protect him. And so all these foolish people, here in India, everywhere in the world, here in India at least they worship the Devas. Everywhere else they worship some, who knows what they worship. And of course some people worship God, but they have no conception. So it's actually, basically speaking, Brahman. Just like in the US, in Latin America, many places, they have, the Christians give out these little pamphlets, and they have God like this robe with a hood and a light coming out. No face, it's just a light. So they're actually worshiping Brahman. So anyway, that's another subject. So we'll continue with the purport. To get material benedictions from Lord Shiva is not difficult. But actually, these are not benedictions. The Prachetas received benediction from Lord Shiva, and as a result, they attained the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Of course, these benedictions are special benedictions, and they're not so easily attained. The Prachetas received those benedictions after many austerities and penances. They received the blessings of Lord Shiva. One of the prayers of Muchukunda, when he prays to Krishna, I can't remember the verse right now. But anyway, he says that the living entities, after so many cycles of birth and death in this material world, after so many, this is also quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. Then finally, after suffering so much, they come to the point where they look for the association of the devotees. And then by the association of the devotees, which has been the subject matter of the last 10 or so verses, the Prachetas are showing, and this verse is showing that the result of associating with the devotees. But the previous 10 verses have all been emphasizing we must associate with the devotees. So anyway, what was I talking about? Sorry, I'm a little spaced out I was a little sick. So, to get the association, to get that blessing, Muchukunda said that you have to go through so many sufferings. But Jiva Goswami explains that even if you do that, that will not get you the association of the Vaishnavas. That it is by the association of the Vaishnavas that you can give up this bhavaroga, or bhavasya, as said here in this verse. Only by that association, which is given by the mercy of the Vaishnavas. That's the only cause. But still, even though it is the only cause, and that is the proper order of things, still, by continuous suffering and going through the cycle of birth and death, and begging the Lord, please take me out of this material world, the Lord inspires the devotee from within the heart. Just like sometimes we do Sankirtan, and you speak so nicely to someone and they don't care what you say. And someone else, you just say Krishna and they become devotees. Just like that. So this is the blessing of the Supreme Personality of God. So it seems like when you read this purport that you can easily get, just as easily as the approaching Lord Shiva as Ashutosh, these so-called followers, just as easy as that, a devotee can get his blessings. No, not so easy. Not so easy to get the blessings of the greatest Vaishnava. No. But if we're sincere, then we get those blessings. No. If we take it, and what does sincere mean? We take advantage. No. Shukadeva Goswami describes sincere in the 2nd canto, 8th chapter of the Bhagavatam, saying, Shinvatam Shradhaya Nityam. That sincerity means that Shinvatam Shradhaya, I will hear this Bhagavatam, this message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with faith and devotion. And then, Grinatas Cha Sushashitaha. And then I will become very serious by systematically carrying out this process of devotional service. So going on with the purport. This is the real benediction. The Prachetas received the benediction of Lord Shiva, and as a result they attained the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. This is the real benediction. The gopis also worship Lord Shiva. In Vrindavan, and the Lord is still staying there as Gopishwar. So actually Shiva, although he's the greatest Vaishnava, that means he's the greatest Vaishnava among the residents of this world, those who live in this material world. But when the gopis come, who are not residents of this world, then Lord Shiva becomes their servant. And he lives in Vrindavan eternally to participate in the rasa dance by protecting it. He can't